A full foot lower in net clearance on the forehand, Tomas BERDYCH, but it's a real rifle shot. If you don't see it early and you're slightly wrong-footed, tough to get to it, as was the case in the previous point. Probably like to see Tomas give us a few of these second serves a nudge. That was a good one.
You've always needed a huge game, haven't you, to be able to get the better of Nadal on a hard court.
2-1. Nadal.
The trouble with Rafa is he's such a physical beast. Even if you have a huge game, you've got to maintain it for hours. And it's tricky to do both physically and then just to play with not much margin and be aggressive and execute really well. I mean, he's the Bjorn Borg, the Jimmy Connors of his era, isn't he? He's all legs, he's all heart. Just never goes away.
BERDYCH's played with great fluency this evening. Very little to lose. Now, of course, a very different scenario with all of that money on the line.
Let's listen.
I look at Rafa's returning position. I mean, look, he's a metre and 2 metres behind the Melbourne side. I mean, slider wide, come in, just every now and then. Maybe one every 3 or 4 serves. Surely you're going to get a volley into the open court. Just the element of surprise. But that's not really part of Thomas's repertoire. It's how he closed the match out against Raonic earlier this evening.
Success early on for BERDYCH.
3-2, BERDYCH.
So important to start well when it's simply the first to 10.
I think the big thing about the early start and just getting your nose in front, you're sort of playing with a casino's chips. You can kind of roll the dice and have a crack at a few. If 1 or 2 of those goes in, all of a sudden you find yourself with a 4 or 5 point lead. So these early exchanges are crucial.
Nadal is challenging the call on the right service line. The ball is called out.
Lefty swinging serve into the forehand hip of BERDYCH, who mishit it. Was it off the line? Yes, it was. Oh, just. What's that, millimetre?
Point to Nadal. 3-all.
4 millimetres, so plenty of margin for error there. Both players will be delighted with the start that they've made here.
Ready, mate?
Adam.
I think you heard me just then. Sorry, Jason, I wasn't getting impatient or anything. Leighton, how do you see this matchup between the two? What does Tomas have to do exceptionally well in the next few points to make sure Rafa doesn't get on a bit of a roll?
Yeah, well, as we spoke earlier, he's got such easy power. He's got to serve well, though. If he can make a lot of first serves and get the first hit in, he's got to get Rafa on the run. We know how good Rafa is, moving at the back of the court, but he's got to try and open up that backhand as best as he can.
Has much changed the way he hits the ball in 13 years when you kind of first played him here at the Aussie in 2004?
Not really. The way he came about when I first saw him with his forehand was quite incredible. He was the first person that really took that bigger cut of the ball and the spin that he got off the court. And he still does it today.
Very well. Cheers, Leighton.
I guess what's great about having someone like Leighton as your Davis Cup captain is he's got experience in playing all these guys, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got the big match experience. He's won the Davis Cup, played all sorts of home and away, epic 5-setters in Davis Cup. So we're pretty fortunate. And if you have a look at the people that we've had involved in Davis Cup in Australia over the years, Pat Rafter, John Newcomb, Neil Fraser.
You?
Yeah, well, I snuck in there for a year, but it is terrific that our ex-players want to get back involved in that capacity. They've got a lot to offer.
These two have certainly had much to offer throughout the course of the evening. Filled us with some fabulous tennis. But it's BERDYCH who's got a little bit of a lead now, halfway there, 5-3. That's the play, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't serve volleying, was he? But he was quick to see that it was floating. Toppy volley, we'll take that. That's fine. Don't have to change your grip. Just a standard forehand grip. There it is. Takes it out of the air beautifully.
Good slice serve like that. Gives you so many options, doesn't it?
I was almost inclined to say go big T over the low part of the net, flat, go for the cheap point, but that was a pretty good 1-2 punch right there.
Nadal's in trouble now.
So he pulls the trigger when he's down on the scoreboard. He's got a deficit, a little more pressure.
7-3. Berdych.
Must win points for Nadal, this. Brilliant response.
Might be the hallmark of all the great players, isn't it?
Berdych.
The bigger the moment, the more pressure, the better they play. They want to take it on. They want the match on their racket. They don't shy away from a difficult situation. Berdych now 7-4, 2 serves.
Mr. Nadal is challenging the call on the right.
I'm going out on a limb. I'm saying white.
The ball is called in.
Oh, it's perfect.
Spot on.
Just like your eyesight.
8-4. Berdych.
What do you think,
Mr. Nadal has no challenges remaining. And we should be changing ends, guys. Let's change it.
That's what I thought.
Well, you called it up here.
Yeah. I thought I'd suddenly got something wrong there. I've done my maths properly.
Well, that is up to the umpire, isn't it? Not the player's fault.
No.
He should call end changes.
Because they're in the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Very focused on the job at hand.
And not familiar with the format. He'll be buying his umpiring cohort a round of beers later tonight, I would suggest.
At least. A wry smile on the face of Berdych. 2 points away from pocketing $250,000.
Let's not forget the Crown Casino just a stone's throw away from here.
Could double his money. At least. Or lose it all in one fell swoop.
Let's
Okay, he's gone T twice, same result. And net cord. Cashy called it, didn't he? Find that first serve, Leighton, I should say. Cheap points, he's done that beautifully, Berdych. Rafa has not been able to play on the return points.
Bringing up tiebreak
perfect,
10's
nice and short.
championship points.
Single sideline, so this match point for Berdych. It's a nice response.
Berdych.
He's missed it. And it's Tomas BERDYCH.
10 points to 5.
Who's the tiebreak 10's champion here in Melbourne. And he will leave this evening $250,000 richer. He's played some fantastic tennis throughout the course of the evening and thoroughly deserves his victory. He's been faultless, really. Got off to a perfect start in most of his matches and finished very strongly.